Every deal you do is going to take a certain amount of time, whether it's 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, or more.
The absolute most important time of every deal you do is that 10 to 20 minutes that you spend doing your closing call. And that's why we spend so much time teaching you guys how to make these awesome closing calls. Now, the absolute most important time of all your closing calls is that 30 to 60 seconds that you take to build that rapport with your sellers and buyers.
That's when you win the trust of your seller and get them on your side. And it only takes a couple seconds to build rapport, and it makes a big difference.
When you find that common ground with your seller, no matter what it is, all of a sudden you're not just some, scary, faceless investor on the other end of the phone trying to get their house. You're kind of actually like a friend. Guys, if you really want to get great at doing this, refer to our rapport building scripts chart.
That's right. One of the best ways to build rapport is to talk about kids. Whether you have kids or don't, you can talk about grandkids, nieces, nephews, great-grandnieces, great-grandnephews.
That's right. Guys, if your seller also has kids, this is a wonderful way to relate to them and really start to build that all-important rapport. Let's take a look at exactly how that works in this call, which we call the raw power of rapport.
Hello?
Hi, could I speak to Emily, please?
She isn't here right now. Can I take a message?
You know what? Does she have my name's Brian Wolff, and I'm actually partners with Jim. And we had been talking to Emily about the house.
Yes, I'm her husband.
Oh, great. What's your name?
Andy.
Andy? Okay, great. Do you have a couple minutes to talk right now, Andy?
I do. I just need to get my daughter a drink, but I can do so while I'm talking.
How old is your daughter?
She's 19 months.
Oh, wow, that's such a cute age. She's running around breaking everything, right?
Exactly, yeah. She's running around screaming her head off when she's not getting her way. So it's always fun, right?
See, no, we had two boys, and we waited like 5 years after our second boy because we just didn't want another boy.
Right.
But we said, okay, but I gotta have a daddy's little girl. And so we gave it one more shot, and fortunately we got very lucky, and God graced us with a beautiful little girl.
Oh, good. That's great.
Yeah, she's 6 now. So
that's
yeah.
great. Kids are the best.
She's totally the light of our lives. So it's pretty neat.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Do you have more than one, Andy?
Yeah, well, I have a 4-year-old son as well.
Oh, well, you got one of each then. That's nice.
I got one of each, and we got blessed.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so now let me talk to you for a couple minutes about the house and see what we might be able to work out. Now, I guess, if I'm reading this information right, you guys have already moved out of this house, right?
We have, yeah. So it's vacant. We're in another house, which is, what makes it a little bit more urgent for us to sell it.
It's hard to make those double payments. That's for darn sure.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly it.
So, with the now this is the house listed currently, or was it listed, or what?
It is currently listed, yes.
Okay, now but this person is like your cousin or something?
Yeah, she's our realtor, yeah.
Okay, so if we asked her to, if we could only work it out or make it work out best if we didn't have the realtor on it, do you think we could do that?
She would probably do that, yeah.
Okay.
Assuming that we don't, that we can come out, something normal.
Sure.
Money if we could.
Sure. Well, let me kind of talk about how we do it, Andy. Obviously, we're investors, so we don't move into the house ourselves, but I can kind of I'll sort of explain how we exactly work it. Now, what we do is we actually will take over your mortgage debt. Now, I actually you've got this one with Countrywide and one with City Financial. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah, we basically to move into this house because we hadn't sold that house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you pulled some cash out of that for the down payment. I see. Now, how much do you owe on the Countrywide?
I don't have the exact numbers, but both of them $285.
Both of them together are $285?
Yeah, together,
okay.
correct.
Okay. And they're both...
One is like $205, and the other one is like $70 or something like that.
Now, do you actually have any more room on that? So that City Financial is like a home equity line or something?
Actually, I think it's a second mortgage.
Oh, okay. So it's not like one of those deals where you could take more money out. It's just like a flat, regular mortgage. Okay. Okay. So with the two of them together, though, you're thinking you owe something like $285.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's almost exactly $285.
Okay, great.
Minus, well, that was when we bought this house, so there's been a few months for the payments, but I mean, it doesn't go down a heck of that stuff.
No, that's true. Okay, now on that payment to Countrywide, is your taxes and insurance included in that one?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so what we do is like I said, we actually take over your mortgage debt. So we take over all the payments and the maintenance on the house, and that includes your taxes and insurance. That would be both of these, both Countrywide and the City Financial.
Okay.
Now, the way that we do it, maybe you've heard of like assumable mortgages, Andy. It used to be that like the VA and the FHA and all those were assumable, where basically you just take over the payments.
Okay, right.
Okay, so that's basically what we do. We just take over all your payments. Now the loans stay in your name, but we take care of everything, so you guys can just move on with your life. Okay. And now I've looked at the information. You know, I've had a chance to go over the numbers and the comps and everything in the area that I can. As much information as I could find.
Sure.
And so let me ask you this, Andy. Would you sell us the house for what you owe on it?
Probably at this point, yeah.
Okay.
As long as I don't suddenly have a whole bunch of sort of closing fees.
Right.
And make that.
Yes, and that would obviously make all of a sudden you'd have cash out of pocket, and I don't want to do that.
And my main concern with that is we don't have a whole lot of cash left, and we would like to at least have a little bit left to pay Emily, as in at least 1% or something that we can give her, so we can, for all the work she did.
Oh, okay.
Which would be an easy way for us to get her out of it.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, so what I would do then, basically what we would do is we would take over the Countrywide and the City Financial, and like I said, we'd be making the payments, so that would give you guys, I mean, the biggest thing that you need right now is debt relief. I mean, carrying those big, 2 payments on this and your new place, obviously.
Right.
A big pressure that adds a lot of motivation to your sellers is making those double payments when they have 2 houses at the same time.
That kind of seller, their number one need is debt relief.
Now listen to this as we actually refer to an attorney closing. No matter what state you live in, it is a very, very smart idea to follow up your tabletop close with a closing with either a title agent or an attorney.
That helps protect you, and it makes the buyers and sellers feel more comfortable with the whole deal.
Now at your first deal meeting, you still are going to have them sign the purchase and sale contract, the authorization to release information, and your basic forms so that they feel comfortable and they know that they've sold their house.
Then you have them sign the deed and all the other paperwork that needs to be notarized with your attorney or a title agent.
Let's get back to this great call. That's exactly what we want to do. So now, when would you guys, all that would be basically left for me to do, Andy, is come out and take a quick look at the house, and then we would want to just wrap up the paperwork. Now, I bring a package of paperwork. We sign some stuff there at the house. We'll usually have you stop by, a close by attorney to sign the last couple papers. But basically, we sign everything when we get out there.
Okay.
Now, your wife, her name is Emily, right?
Correct.
Okay, so Emily, she'd have to be there too when we come out. What's a good time, like, do you guys are you home usually like in the evenings more?
You know what, I can pretty much be home whenever.
Okay, so you have a flexible schedule.
So I have a pretty flexible schedule, so...
Well, what about Emily though? Because she has to sign the stuff too, obviously.
She's a homemaker, so she...
Okay.
Really, the only times we can't is Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the morning when we're taking our son up from school.
Okay. Now, do you guys, you're both on the deed of the house though, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right, so what I'd like to do probably is come by maybe even like Wednesday evening to just get everything wrapped up.
Okay, that would be fine. I do have a couple questions for you.
Sure, fire away. Now, at this point, we really don't have any idea how hard or even in what way our seller's going to come back at us.
It's always good to show a lot of confidence, though, like Brian did when he said fire away. And knowing all the answers to those objections, which you can find in the Wolff What to Say script and DVD system.
Yeah, that's invaluable. Now, our seller here seems to be going along with us, but guys, he's definitely a thinker brain. We run into a lot of thinker brains out there. And thinker brains, I mean, here comes the questions, and those thinker brains always have questions.
Who's the biggest thinker brain I know?
Hey.
He graduated summa cum laude. He's got lists all over the house. He even color codes the garbage.
Hey, I don't color code that. I do not. No, actually, you know what? I actually have gotten a lot better, guys, hanging around this action brain here, this one here.
That's true.
That's true. Now, if you can just answer these main objections with a little bit of confidence, you're going to get that deal. I mean, your seller, whether he's a thinker brain, action brain, or whatever, he wants to do the deal with you, but you got to get his comfort level up to a certain point so he feels that you know what you're doing and you're going to be able to handle this whole thing. I mean, seriously, if I was him, I would be thinking the exact same way.
Now, Brian's a thinker brain. I'm an action brain.
That's right. Lynette constantly keeps everything moving forward with our business. I do mean constantly. I'll tell you what, guys, everybody has called her the Energizer Bunny for years.
Now comes the time when all that building rapport pays off big time in the closing call.
Exactly, because our seller throws up kind of a general objection here that might indicate to you that he's not like 100% on board, but because he already likes us so much, he already trusts us so much, he pretty much wants to take whatever answer we have, so long as it sounds good, you know, and raises his comfort level, he wants to accept it and move forward. Just watch how this works right here.
Taking over our payment.
Yes.
It still stays in our name.
Yep.
What's the benefit for you?
Well, the benefits to me actually is that, Andy, then I don't have to go out and get a new mortgage. And you know from getting that new mortgage on your new house that, you know, it takes some money, there's closing costs, and, you know, there's down payments and stuff like that. Now, as an investor, the smartest thing I can do is try to not put my cash out there. If I can get properties where I don't have to put a bunch of money in and I don't have to get a new loan, that's probably going to save me, you know, quite a bit of money by not having to go get a new loan.
But if it stays in our name, though?
Yes, right.
Then how does it benefit you?
Well, now obviously, what happens is that we will sell the house to what we call a lease purchase.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So
yes.
Then you'll sell the house.
Yes. Yes. Right.
Make whatever money additional or.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Makes
That's right.
a lot of sense to me.
Right.
Okay.
So that's basically how we do it. So is there a time that's better on Wednesday?
You know what? Wednesday is completely fine. The entire day, the entire night.
Okay, let's try it like 7 o'clock. Or let's try 6:30. Okay.
At night?
Yeah, 6:30
okay,
on Wednesday. No, in the morning. That's a little early for me. Yeah, that's a little too early. So let's do it 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday. We'll bring some paperwork out. If you have any more questions or family has anything, write it down, and I'll talk to you when I get it, when I come out and talk to you about it.
Okay, and now would Wednesday be the day we finalize everything?
Yes, we buy the house on Wednesday. So you guys, I mean, I would have the paperwork with me. I'm just going to walk through, take a couple pictures, and then sit down and buy the house from you on Wednesday night.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank
All
you.
right. Fantastic. I'll see you. Congratulations, Andy, and I'll see you on Wednesday.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, great. Bye. Yeah.
Wow, what a great deal.
Right. Now this seller's asking price was actually $299,000, but because we asked just the right way, we knew what to say, we actually got the house for a purchase price of $285,000, just what they owe.
And we're doing this deal with no money down and none of our own credit.
Part of the reason that a seller might be willing to give away some free equity to you is because you've taken that time and built that good rapport and they feel good about you.
And the value on this home is $315,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to charge our lease purchase buyer $325,000. That's a profit of $40,000.
It is so worth it to build rapport.